Response to Dr. Paul Krugman's article on Monday, October 19th, 2015. Something is not rotten in the state of Denmark, obviously a play on the Hamlet, but Dr. Krugman brings out a very, very important thing in reference to what happened at the Democratic debate on last week, is that Bernie Sanders made a comparison that if we acted a little bit more like Denmark, we could do all of the things that he says that we do, and we would still have a prosperous, innovative, forward-moving country. And of course, the Republicans don't agree with that at all. But let's just take a quick look, as Dr. Krugman did, in terms of what is going on in Denmark. And number one, they have universal health care. Number two, they have free college tuition, and those students get a stipend. They have daycare available at a much better rate than what they do in the United States. Very high rate. I mean, it's a couple $100 a week for one kid right now. They provide about 3 times the aid for working families than they do here in the United States. Now, what is that? What is necessary to do that? Well, obviously there's a higher tax rate. The highest tax rate is 60%. Remember, in the United States in the 50s it was 90%. They have a 25% national tax. So they offer a lot of stuff, and they take a lot of stuff to get to that particular point. So the question is, what is the benefit, and how does it compare in the United States? In terms of what the GOP thinks, the GOP thinks that all of those things are what are called entitlements, but they are earned benefits, actually. And what you hear from the Republicans, Paul Ryan is famous for his hammock that someone just lays on a hammock and collects money off the dole. And all of the Republicans talk about there's no incentive to work for anyone because they got a free ride from the government. All of this happy horse car. Of course, at the same time, we know very much statistically that the people who do receive benefits in the United States, those who can work, meaning that people in the working age bracket, not the elderly and not children, that most of them do work, most of them do work. So the Republicans are bringing up a false sense that anyone who is getting any type of government service just is on the dole and doesn't want to work, and there's no incentive for them to work. But we're finding out, if you look at Denmark, that Denmark, they have, number one, that the percentage of adults that are working in their prime working years is greater than the percentage of adults working in their prime years in the United States. And at the same time, the productivity in Denmark is about the same. So what Dr. Krugman is bringing up is that this, and of course he brings up France in terms of also a much bigger nation and much more diversified than Denmark, that they have many of the same similar things. And they also do not have the things that the Republicans say would happen, is that everyone would be on the dole, that everyone would be in that lazy hammock and just lie around all day and do nothing. And of course, again, we know that people who are poor in the United States, who do receive some services, they all are working. And what I think that we really have to go after here is that this is what the Republicans do. They come up with a line that sounds good, and they don't have any statistics or anything to throw behind it. And they say that that's the way all Americans are, that they're all lazy, that they all don't have any incentive to work, that because we provide some services for people in need in the United States, that is a disincentive for them. And this is just completely debunked by this. And this is the time, as we're coming into the next election, where we will see this vast difference between the Democrats and the Republicans. and Dr. Krugman starts it out today on the right foot, is that what is going on in Denmark is easily something that can be transferred to the United States that would benefit the vast working people in the United States. And we need to start doing that. We need to start doing that now.